Hello, it's Marc and Ying for our weekly spiritual broadcast. So, in case you're not watching, let's have some Scottish music. Actually, let's not have some Scottish music. Let's have some Marc Stewart is the Scottish Medium music. Hashtag Marc Stewart Medium is hashtag the Scottish Medium. Hashtag Marc Stewart Medium is hashtag the Scottish Medium. Okay, so before we get started, just a few bits of news that I'm going to give you. If you're a regular, then you'll know that last week we had a guest medium up. That was an experiment to see how it would work, how we would be moving forward. A lot of things we liked, and we are going to do so again. However, one lesson that we learned with having a guest medium on, it was very difficult for her to work with the way that I work, giving the messages to text only. So, as of today, moving forward, I am only going to give readings to people that come forward for video readings. So I can see that we've got people asking for readings, and a lot of our regulars are not used to actually being told that they have to go for the video. But as of tonight, listen very carefully, because I shall say this only once in triplicate, it's video readings only. If you want a reading, Ying has just put up a link. What you do is you copy and paste that into... see, we've got somebody coming forward already. You copy and paste that into a video. And I am going to show people how to do videos. So by the end of tonight, we will have taught you how to do a video on an Android phone, an iPhone, a tablet, a computer for Windows, and a computer for Macintosh. If you're not able to do that, then I'm sorry. But moving forward, I am only going to be doing video readings. A lot of reasons for it, but primarily because I'm going to be bringing on guest mediums, and it's much easier for them to work. If you don't have a camera that works, that doesn't matter. You can still do it on audio only. So basically, Kathleen, as long as you install the browser, we can do the reading with audio. But that's the only way I'm going to be doing readings moving forward. I'm not doing them with the time delays for the text readings. Let me just get started. We'll do our usual opening prayer, etc. So if everyone would please like to join me for an opening prayer. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you for bringing us forward to work together for readings. Thank you for opening the door to the other side. Please help me to make connections tonight. Please help, technically, everybody that is going to have to install the browser if they want a reading. Other than that, please bring us together in protection, help us to generate some energy, and help us to leave the end of tonight happier than we were from the start. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so going to do a very short spiritual address. That helps me to open up and connect. Something very interesting happened on Friday to both myself and Ying. And I think it illustrates a point that Spirit works all the time through us. I won't go into the details. They really don't matter. But I have some properties in the United States. Basically, cut a long story short, I had a meeting, a lawyer meeting with my American lawyer at 9 o'clock in the evening, which is like sort of 5 o'clock his time. And at the end of that meeting on Zoom, we'd figured out how to save some money for myself. Like I say, the amount doesn't matter. At the same day, Ying came in and announced something about her business that was going to need a sum of money to make happen. Now, we had tried to do this with our business before lockdown, and obviously we weren't able to do it because of lockdown. But in essence, the amount of money that she needed was exactly the same as the amount of money that my lawyer had just saved me. We didn't know those two numbers at the beginning of the evening because I didn't know how much was going to be out with the lawyer. But by the end of the evening, the lawyer had basically, independently of the conversation and what was going on with Ying, come up with the amount of money that we needed. Now, assuming that we do for Ying with Ying's business what she wants to do, it'll have a big impact on both our lives. And sometimes Spirit opens doors for you. It brings to mind the story of the man who is in the house and it starts raining and God sends him a message to say, don't worry, I'm going to save you. So somebody drives past in a Land Rover and says, come on, get into my car, let's drive away. And he shouts out, no, don't worry, God's going to save me. An hour later, the water's up to the window. Somebody comes by in a speedboat. Come on, mate, jump into the boat. Let's sail away together and I'll save you. And the man says, oh, no, don't worry, God's going to save me. A couple of hours later, he's on the roof and the water's basically getting even higher. The rescue helicopter comes by and the pilot or the guy with the winch shouts out, come on, I'm coming down to get you. Let's get you out of here. And he shouts back, no, God's going to save me. A couple of hours later, he's dead, drowned, and he's arrived at the pearly gates. And the keeper at the gate says, what are you doing here? We sent a car to save you. We sent a boat to save you. We sent a helicopter to save you. And the man says, but God was supposed to be coming to save me. And the angel says to him, are you a complete idiot? Well, that's how we felt on Friday, if we didn't pay attention to the way that Spirit was sending us messages. And everybody's life is like that. When Spirit sends you a message like that, I'm not saying don't be careful, don't double check, don't do things properly. But when you get an opportunity, and it does sometimes look too good to be true, sometimes it is true because Spirit's working with you. Okay, now, before we do our first reading with Fiona, let me just demonstrate to everybody what we're going to do by the end of tonight. So I'm going to start by showing you how to install a browser on a Windows PC. So I have here a YouTube video covering the very subject. Please pay attention, people.
Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can download and install Google Chrome browser on your Windows 10 operating system. So let's get started. So just open your Microsoft Edge browser, which is the browser available on your Windows operating system when you freshly install Windows 10 or when you buy a notebook or a computer which has Windows 10. So I'm going to open Microsoft Edge and I'm going to just search for Google Chrome download English. Okay. And you're going to see a bunch of results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this link, which says www.google.com/Chrome. So I'm going to just click that link. And now straight away, you will see this download Chrome button. Or when you scroll down, you will see this download Chrome button here also. And at the end of this web page, you will also see this download Chrome. So you cannot miss this download Chrome button on this Google Chrome page. So I'm going to just click on the button and then I'm going to say accept and install, which is going to start the installation process. And then you will see here at the bottom of this Edge browser, this kind of message which says run, save, and cancel. So I'm going to first of all save this file. So I'm going to just click on save, which is going to download this Chrome setup.exe file on my Windows operating system. So at the time of making this video, this file is around 1.3 megabyte file. So it will be downloaded relatively fast. And once it's downloaded, you can just click on the run button, or you can go to the downloads folder. So I'm going to go to the downloads folder and you will see this Chrome setup here also. So from here also, you can click on the Chrome setup, this exe file. So I'm going to just click on the Chrome setup file, which is going to start the installation of Google Chrome, and then click yes. And I'm going to minimize this browser here. And you can see the installation of the Google Chrome browser has been started. So it will take few minutes, depending upon the speed of your internet, to download the Google Chrome browser. So I will wait for the download to complete. And now you can see the installation process has been started and the installation is done really fast. And straight away after the installation, the Google Chrome browser will start. So this is the browser which is going to start. This is the Google Chrome browser. And also you will be able to see the Google Chrome icon on your desktop. Also, if you want, you can just right click on this Google Chrome icon here on the taskbar, and then you can just click on pin to taskbar, which is going to pin your Google Chrome browser on your taskbar. So once you close the Google Chrome browser, you can just start your Google Chrome browser from the taskbar also. If you want to...
Now, just to be absolutely clear, you can only use the link that we're giving you with Google Chrome or Firefox. I'm not going to support Firefox, but I will talk you through how to do Chrome if this is your first time. Once you've installed Chrome, you then do this. Go here, copy and paste the link, press return. You'll see this loading up here called StreamYard. Put your name here, make sure you've not clicked mute or stop cam, enter broadcast studio, and this is you won't see me multiple times. That's just because I'm recording myself recording, but you'll appear down here. You'll see all the bits and pieces here. Click on private chat and you'll be able to talk directly with myself and Ying to know when you're going to get a reading. So with that aside, I'm going to do my first reading. We've got quite a few people waiting for readings. Between each reading, I will show you how to install Chrome on different browsers, different phones, etc. So by the end of the service, you're not going to be able to say, I can't do it, because we're going to show you how to do it. And if you want to do it in the meantime, just go do a search on YouTube and you'll find plenty of videos showing you how to do it. So let's get ready for our first reading. So Fiona, I'm coming to yourself, Fiona. So get ready. Hello, Fiona. Your mic, have you clicked mute on your mic? I can't. Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. Say something. Let me just kill that. Bear with me for a second. Right, that's better. Got rid of the sound effects. So, hello, Fiona. Can you hear me okay? I can't hear you, Fiona. Click on your mic on the bottom. Have you clicked on mute? Right. Try disconnecting and reconnecting, Fiona. I'll come back to you next. I'm going to go to somebody next, but log off and then reconnect. Okay? So, coming to Denise. Hello, Denise. Can you hear me okay?
Hi.
Hi there. That's good. I can hear you. Okay, Denise. So, I've got two people coming forward, actually. A man and a woman. I think it's a couple. Quite elderly. Let's go to the man first. This is his personality. It's the only way I can describe it. Quite a fluffy personality. Funny, fluffy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The woman is laughing. Although he's describing himself as fluffy, the woman's laughing at him, as though she always makes fun of him. I would say they're quite elderly. Finding it difficult to put ages on the two of them, actually. 70s, late 70s. I don't think they passed together. I think there was maybe about 5 to 6, maybe 7 years between them when they passed. Does any of this make sense?
Yes.
So do you understand who we've got coming forward?
Yes.
Right. So let's see why they're coming forward for you then. Oh. Have you recently had an argument with a man? Maybe your partner or somebody close to you, like a brother? Maybe not yesterday, but in the recent past.
No, not just like in the last few days. No.
Now, I'm not saying yesterday. But I mean recent. Recently past, recent past.
No.
Maybe weeks, months.
Maybe about a couple weeks ago, someone I work with.
Somebody you were. I mean, I'm not saying you were lovers, but somebody that you were friendly with. Let's put it that way.
No, not that person. No. Mm-mm.
No, it's not that person then. Maybe make it longer. Maybe a month or two. It doesn't have to be a screaming argument, but a disagreement. Let's put it that way. A strong disagreement.
Yeah.
Can you understand what we're talking about then?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Okay. Was it you that caused the argument? Like you said something that they reacted to?
Yes.
Yeah. Whoever this couple are, they're not happy with you about what you said or what you did.
Okay.
The man that we're talking about, they're making me feel as though he's a lot more upset than he's actually said. You know, it's like I'm saying it's just a disagreement, not an argument. But have you heard from him since whatever it is that you said or did, or whatever the encounter was?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. They want you to. How do you feel about apologizing to this man?
I'm okay with that.
They want you to do that. Seriously.
Okay.
And something about do you either have or do you know somebody that has two children, quite young children, but two of them, brother and sister? Or if they're not brother and sister, they're so close together like cousins that they may as well be brother and sister.
I do, but they're not young. They're in their 20s.
No, this is children.
Children?
Maybe widen who you're thinking about.
Yeah. I probably do, just not off the top of my head. I'd have to think about it.
It's definitely a brother and sister. Age-wise, I would say, I mean, they're not infants. So you're not talking about toddlers or sort of like 5-6-year-olds. But you're not talking about teenagers either. So somewhere between 5 and 12.
Okay.
If they are teenagers, they look, if they are teenagers, I'm not, I see them. I don't, I'm not speaking to, I'm not, the couple aren't telling me about them. They're, if they are teenagers, they look very young. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's going on about it. I don't know what's going on with them. But there's something going on with them that you need to pay attention to. So figure out who they are. Okay. And just pay attention to whatever it is that's going on. I don't know what it is, but definitely something you. I don't know what it is about you, but there's something about you in the relationship to this family that you can deal with, that they either you'll notice it or the parents don't, or the parents are causing it. I don't know which one it is.
Oh, okay.
But it's serious enough for you to say something. Let's put it that way. It's not something that you just notice and walk on and leave.
Do you know what it is?
It's something about the family.
Okay.
It's something about, the father. Something about the father and the children. Don't panic. I'm not saying there's anything like child molesting or anything like that. It's nothing like that.
Okay.
But it needs an outsider to speak to. It's, you know what it is? It's like the mother is allowing the father to speak or do something that's upsetting the children.
Okay.
And somebody needs to be aware of it and say to the father and the mother, look, stop doing whatever it is you're doing, or stop saying, or stop acting. Just pay attention to it. Can I leave you with that?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Just out of curiosity, with your accent, where are you based?
United States. I live in Chicago.
I was in Chicago a year ago. in March. I was at the Psychic Fair at the big conference centre.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there was about 3,000 people there. Of course, it was just when COVID was. I had basically when the conference was over, I drove back up to Fredonia because I was based just outside of Lilydale. Was there for 2 weeks, and then the first week was fine. I was doing a training course and readings and events. Second week was quite busy, but at the end of the second week, everything was breaking down, and I was making a mad. It was comical when I look back at it now. But it's like a mad drive to get across the Canadian borders to get up to Toronto to fly back. Going there, the plane was mobbed, and coming back, there was only about 10% of the plane full. Anyway, just an aside. Nice to meet you. Do me a favor, share the video.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. So before I come to the next person, I am just going to do another little video demonstration of how to install Google Chrome. So that was Windows. Now we're doing it for Chrome. So this is if you have a phone. This is if you have a Chrome phone, everybody. So please pay attention.
Hey guys, on today's video, we're going to be downloading Google Chrome to your Mac. So in Safari, so this is Safari right here. You guys can open up Safari. It's usually down here below as well. So Safari looks like this. Just open that up. That's your web browser. From there, all you guys have to do is go into Google and just type in Google Chrome or just Chrome. Either way, you guys are going to get this. And you guys have to make sure that it's coming from Google. Okay, so we're going to download this. Don't go into any other websites. There's no need.
Apologies, this is Apple. So this is if you've got an Apple computer, not Chrome. My mistake. Anyway, I'll just continue.
This is something from Google. You guys can go directly to their website. No need for any third parties. So right here, we're going to notice that we have Google Chrome, download Google Chrome. You can go ahead and download that. We have to accept and install. And it's going to be pretty fast because it's not a huge file. We do have to click on allow, and it's going to start downloading. I'm going to click allow there, and we're set. On the top right-hand side, we're going to see the progress bar. We can click right here, and we can see Google Chrome DMG. So it should be a DMG file. We're going to go ahead, click on it, and it's going to start opening up. There's a bunch of apps that weren't compatible with Macs way back in the day. However, now a lot of programs and apps are 100% compatible with Mac. As with most apps that you guys download, you don't have to drag it and just put it into your app folder. And from there, it's just going to transfer on, and we are done. That's basically how you guys can download and install Google Chrome. So right now, if I go into my apps folder, which should be under Finder, I can go ahead and look for that and just go into my apps folder, or I can just go into my Spotlight search on the top right-hand side. So there's this guy right here. I can click right there. I'm going to see this Spotlight search and just type in Chrome, and I'm going to see this. So I can open it up, and for the very first time, we're going to be opening up Google Chrome. So here we go. This is Chrome. I'm just going to allow. Open this up in full screen so you guys can see it, and we can get started. So you don't have to sign in order to use Google Chrome. However, it's best if you do, so everything syncs up nicely. So to get started, go ahead, use Google, go into anything. We can skip this for now. Because we can customize it. It's Chrome after all. It's just the regular Chrome. We can just go no thank you for now and start using Chrome to Google anything.
So basically, just as I did before, the link that Ying is putting up, that's Ying who's cheering us. Copy that into there, press return, and you'll come into the studio and I'll be able to give you a reading. So let's get back for the next reading. Thank you for everybody's patience who don't have Macintoshes and for my confusion there about what I was showing you. Okay, so I'm coming to Jennifer. Jennifer, if you can get ready for me.
Okay.
Hello, Jennifer. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hello.
Hello. So let's see who we've got coming forward for you, Jennifer.
Okay.
Fiona, don't panic. I'll be coming back to you later. Jennifer, I've got a man coming forward. Same color skin as yourself.
Yeah.
Quite Now, I find his age difficult to judge because I get shown visual pictures, so there's a bit of guesswork here.
Okay.
Quite elderly. When he passed, I get the feeling, and he looks as though he's mid-70s. So
Okay.
add or minus 5 years either side of that to give you a range of what to think about.
Okay.
He's not completely bald, but he's well on his way to being bald when he passed.
Okay.
You know, if I put my head down like that, I've got my hair pulled back, but if I have my hair forward, I've got a huge bald patch here.
Oh, okay.
He's like that.
All right.
Can you recognize who this is?
I think so.
Right, let's just see if I can get anything else to confirm him for you. He likes wearing caps like yours as well.
All right. Yeah.
Different color, green caps or blue caps, green or blue, maybe both colors.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking I've got two people in mind.
Right. Let's see what else I can get. All right. Okay. Now this one, I'm just gonna have to give you this because I can't make sense of this. What I would call nappies, what you would call diapers.
Yeah.
He's either been wearing them at the end before he passed, or he's got some sort of story about them, or it's funny, or he's been changing. Maybe he's been changing your diapers. But that's what he's telling me. Diapers.
Oh, right.
I don't know what the significance of it is. It's just, and it's not disposable. So, you know, we're going way back to the old-fashioned, I don't know what you would call it. You know, the ones with the safety pins.
Yeah. Well, there's still two people in mind.
Right, okay, let's see what else we can get. He's showing me not a walking stick. You know, the crutch?
Yeah.
Like you've broken your foot.
Okay.
It's a single crutch. It's not two crutches.
Okay.
It's as though he's got like, you can't really see me, but if I stand up a wee bit, he's got it on his right-hand side and he's got his left hand coming over to hold it as he hobbles. Does that identify who it is?
Yes, it's narrowed it down a bit. I'm thinking of. Do you want me to say who I think it is?
If you want to. I mean, these are not private readings. I'm not going to sit for 5 minutes and keep digging and digging.
Okay. I think it's my granddad.
He's nodding at that.
Yeah, he had a poorly knee. I remember he had a poorly knee.
Yeah.
Although I can't remember him walking with a walking stick, but it's my granddad I'm thinking of because he had poor mobility.
Yeah, he's saying that's why he's showing me a crutch as opposed to a walking stick to emphasize.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what he's coming forward for.
Okay.
Have you got a man in your life just now, like a partner, or somebody that is as close as being a partner?
Yes.
Right. Has that person been coughing recently? Or something with his voice or his throat?
Yeah.
Because suddenly you can see my hand coming up to my throat.
Yeah.
Does he know what's causing it, or does he know what the issue is?
I don't think so.
Right, now I'd be absolutely careful because I do not diagnose. I'm not saying what's wrong. All I'm saying is, and you've confirmed that there is something about it, I've had the attention drawn to the throat. All I'm going to say about it is don't ignore it.
Don't ignore it. Okay, then I'll tell him.
You know, even if he thinks he knows what it is, you know, don't dismiss it because it's going to get worse.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know how serious it is. You know, don't panic. Don't.
No.
You know, don't dial. Are you in the UK or are the United States?
UK.
UK. You know, don't dial before I say 911. Don't dial 999. But
no, I won't. He's got
ignore
no problem, so you know, I'm not surprised to hear that.
Yeah, because he's going to ignore it. That's what this man's making me aware of.
All right then.
He says he's not going to. Let me ask you another question, because this is something your grandfather's giving me visuals as opposed to feelings.
Oh, okay.
Between the two of you, do you wear the trousers?
Yes.
Yeah. He says
I do.
It says you need to wear the trousers in this case.
Oh, okay then.
Like, take your hand and belt him across the head. You know, don't physically assault him, but metaphorically
No,
belt him across.
push him in the right direction. I will do that.
Yeah. Oh God, your grandfather's got a sense of humor. He says, put him in the pram and push him.
Okay.
Okay. And going back to when your grandfather was alive, go back to your childhood.
Yeah.
Can you understand a green toy? I mean, a big green toy.
No.
Or a bicycle that was green or greenish. Maybe you were wearing. Maybe I've got the color of the toy wrong. Maybe you were wearing green, or maybe there was green in the room. But definitely playing with a toy with the color green around it for some reason.
Right. I don't remember that. No.
Okay, I don't know what's significant about it, but there's something significant about it.
Okay.
So try and work out what that is.
I'll try.
Yeah,
the color green means something, but not the toy.
Okay, well, it's the color green that's important. Maybe not the toy, but it's definitely the color green. Okay. Maybe the toy was just to take me back to your childhood. Was the color green in your childhood?
No, the name Green is a name. It's part of his name.
Ah, right. Okay, so it's part of his name. Right. Okay, so that's where the green is. It's definitely childhood.
Okay.
So can you think of playing with an oversized big toy when you were a child?
No, sorry.
I mean, remember you'd be small. So the toy is big in relation to you. Let's put it that way.
Right.
A soft toy of some description. Like an oversized, like a teddy bear, or I'm not saying it's a teddy bear, but it's whatever it is. It's as big as you. Let's put it that way.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Is there anybody you could speak to, like your parents, that might remember it?
Yeah, my auntie, his daughter. I'll ask her.
Go ask her. I don't know what it is, but there's something about that memory that he wants to draw your attention to. There's some relevance to it that you'll understand once you know what he's talking about. You'll understand what that is.
Okay.
Can I leave you with that, Andy's love?
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Nice speaking. And do me a favor, share the video.
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much. Okay, so before I do my next reading, I am just going to do another little demonstration. So again, if you're a regular, this time I think we're doing Android. Yes, so this is how you install Chrome on your Android. You should have Chrome installed on an Android anyway, because it's the same company that installed it, but just in case. And again, people, when you see this screen, you go to here, you press Control V or paste, you put the link in that Ying is pasting up for you, you press return, and then that will link you to myself for a video reading. So just to be absolutely clear, you have to use that link in either Chrome or Firefox. Not showing Firefox, only Chrome. So coming back to Fiona now for a reading. So Fiona, just coming to yourself. Let me just switch over. Okay, Fiona, so try speaking and see if I can hear you. Right, Fiona, I think you've got a problem with your microphone. If you can you see the chat screen? Right, so you're going to have to type your responses. Okay? Right, so Fiona, I've got a woman coming forward. She looks very much like you, so she's definitely a blood relation. A lot older. Now, I find ages difficult to judge, but in her 70s anyway, maybe older. Completely grey hair. So you're smiling and nodding. I'm going to take that you recognise who the woman is. If you don't recognise her, do typing, but just nod your head if you can understand who that is. Right, got you. She's got the same sense of humour as you. She's laughing and yeah, exactly the same expression. Oh, she wants to slap you across the face for some reason. Her words, not mine. You've been a naughty girl, haven't you? Do you understand what she's talking about? Right, okay, let's see what she's talking about. Do you wear your... Okay, I think this is her personality. I think this is just her personality, but do you have a tendency to wear short skirts? Or something about your dress sense that she wouldn't approve of? Maybe swimsuit, sports equipment, sportswear? It's definitely something that you're wearing that she doesn't approve of. Does any of this make any sense to you? Give me a nod or a shake. You understand, right? You understand what she's talking about now? Right, okay. I think that's just evidence that it's her. I don't think she's telling you to change your wardrobe. Let's see what else she's got to say. Have you been? I take it you've been working from home like all the rest of us. That's a yes. Right. Something about... Have you had I'm going to say Zoom, but have you had some sort of video conference with work last week where you weren't happy? Is that a yes or a no? Yes. Okay. She wants you to stand up for yourself. She wants you to speak to whoever... Is it a situation? I'm going to ask a question here. Just nod for which one it is. Is it a situation or a person? So put one finger up for situation, put two fingers up for person. So it's a person. Right. Now she asked you to do that for a reason. Turn your fingers around like that. That's what you have to say to the person. Do you understand what she's saying? Right, I'll leave you with that rather than try and do hand signals much further. But If you've got any questions before I go, type them before I take you off the screen. Are you happy with that? Okay, thank you. Have a nice evening. Okay, everybody. So before I go to the next reading, so it's audio now. Right, fine. I'm going to come to Anne Lehman next, but Anne, before I come to you, I'm just going to do one final video demonstration so that people know how to do this if they've got an iPhone. So bear with me, people. If you have an iPhone, pay attention.
Dear subscribers, today I will tell you how you can easily install Google Chrome on your iPhone. So for doing this, you just need to go to App Store, and in App Store you need to go to Search tab, and in Search tab you need to write Google Chrome. So now you will find first Google Chrome. So just click on it and it will open Google Chrome. Here you can see it, just click. So I also already installed it to my iPhone. So, but you will see here not open but install. So just click on install, on button get. Just click on it and it will download it and install to your mobile phone. And after it will successfully download and install it to your iPhone. You can also click on open and it will successfully open your Google Chrome.
So again, as before, once you see that screen, you go here, you paste the link that you take from the text chat, put it in there, press return. Okay, so Anne, coming to yourself, Anne, I'll just be a few seconds. Let me just get rid of this screen and get back to a screen that I can hear you on. Okay, Anne, now you need to unmute your mic. So, Anne, you've got your mic muted. Do you want to say hello?
I can hear you.
That's great. I can hear you now as well. Okay, Anne. I've got a man coming forward. He is... Now, I find the age is very difficult, but judging by him, I would say late 50s, early 60s. But add or minus 5 years either side of that. So he's certainly older than me. I mean, I'm 55. I'd certainly say he's at least 5, 6, 7, 8 years older than me. But it could be 65. He could be slightly older than that. He doesn't look or feel much older than that. Still got a good set of hair, beginning to grey, but not massively grey. And he's wearing glasses. Does any of this make sense to you, Anne?
No. Not the glasses.
Maybe reading glasses?
Okay.
They're squarish. Can you take squarish reading glasses with this man?
No.
Okay. Now I can't take the glasses back. He's definitely showing me glasses. Maybe widen who you're thinking about. I don't think he's a close. Remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be your brother or your father. It could be somebody that you know that's in spirit.
Okay.
I get the feeling he died suddenly. And I also get the feeling that it might be somebody that, you're not close enough to know that he was passed, if that makes sense. It's not like somebody phoned you up and said, you know that your brother, that George is dead. Can you take the name George or a name beginning with G? Because I suddenly, for some reason, wanted to say George.
No.
Think about your work, and not your current work. This could be going back over the years.
I know a George, but on this side of life.
Yeah, the George doesn't necessarily need to be his name.
Okay.
He just suddenly put George in my head, right? But you know a George, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to see if we can identify who the man is before we find out what the message is about. Okay, with the glasses, could you maybe understand this person that you initially thought needing glasses but not having glasses? Does that make sense?
No.
Right. Try and see what the glasses mean then. No, it's definitely, whoever this man is, he's definitely got glasses. He's showing me a black and white photograph, so I think we're going back a few years. So we're definitely going back to the 70s or before.
Okay.
You know, the really old-fashioned black and white photos that used to have like a sort of white square, you know, it's like a white line around the photo.
Yes. Yep.
It's showing me photos like that. So do you have a collection, or do you have photos that date back that far that you could look at?
I think I've got a picture of my grandfather, but he doesn't have glasses on.
But I'm not saying he was wearing glasses, just to be absolutely clear.
Okay.
I get the feeling these are reading glasses. I don't think he wears glasses. I think, well,
Okay.
he obviously wears them when he reads, but I think these are reading glasses. And he nodded when you said grandfather.
Okay. Yes. I can
Right.
take that.
Right. Okay. So let's see why he's coming forward. So thinking about this George, is this George close to you?
No.
Right. Somebody you would see on a under normal circumstances, somebody you would be in contact with on a regular basis.
No.
Right. I think the George is just. I think the George is just coincidence then.
Okay.
So we're definitely thinking about a man that is alive, that is close to you. It's not a partner. Do you have a brother
Late.
on the other side?
Other side, yes.
Right. No, this is somebody that's alive. Somebody brotherly, let's put it that way. Somebody close to you, not your partner, but somebody that is as good as a brother.
Okay.
Can you identify who that is?
Yes, I can. I can. It's somebody
Right.
I've been talking to recently. Yes, I can
Yeah.
take that.
Right. Okay. The thing you've been talking about, does it involve a third person, a woman, in some way?
Yes, it does.
Right. Think about the woman.
Okay, I am. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question here because I've got a really weak connection with your grandfather. What is the connection between the man and the woman? Not you and the woman, the man and the woman.
The woman we're talking about is my mum.
Right. So who's the man then?
My cousin.
Right. Okay. So both relations.
Yeah.
Right. Is it a health issue with your mother that you were talking about?
Just the past, really.
Does your mother currently have a health issue?
She's on the other side.
Oh, right. Okay. So she's on the other side. So is it you that has the health issue?
I do have health issues.
Yeah. Okay. Don't tell me anything more, because
Okay.
that's what I'm being drawn attention to. Something vocal or throat or vocal tract. Does that make sense? Suddenly got an itchy, not a sore throat, but you can see I'm putting my fingers up to my Adam's apple. So something back of the tongue in the throat. Maybe like your adenoids or Adam's apple. Does any of that make sense to you?
Yeah, I do suffer with my tonsillitis.
Tonsillitis, right? Okay. That's what the spirit is drawing attention to. Do you know what the problem is? Do you know what the issue is?
No.
Right. So basically, no, I do not diagnose. Let's be absolutely clear about that. I'm not medically qualified to say what it is or anything, but if your throat feels the way that my throat is being made to feel, don't ignore it.
Okay.
Like, get it investigated, and it may just be tablets you need. So don't panic. I'm not trying to make you scared or anything. I do not diagnose. I'm not saying what's wrong, but get it investigated and get it dealt with. Or start with the chemist.
Okay.
Yeah. Go see the chemist. Discuss it at the chemist first before you go to the doctor. I think you're going to find that you can get it dealt with there.
Okay.
Can I leave you with that?
Yes, you can. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Nice speaking to you.
Yeah, and you.
Okay, so I'm now going to come to Kate. So Kate, coming to yourself. Now, Kate, can you... Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me? Hi there.
Yeah.
Okay, hello, Kate.
How are you?
It's been a long day.
I bet.
Okay. Okay. Where do you come from? Because I'm getting something given. Don't tell me you're in the USA. Don't tell me where.
Okay.
I'm being shown. I'm not saying you live there, but I'm being shown Texas. Do you have some connection, or is there something about Texas that means something to you?
I have family there, and I used to live there.
Right. It's a man that's coming forward.
Okay.
You're going to laugh at this. Remember the old TV series Dallas?
Yes, of course I do. Yeah.
Yeah. He's shown me Larry Hagman as J.R. Ewing. Now, I don't know if that's physical or if that's personality or if that's whoever this person is liked him or modeled himself after him. But can you understand a man in spirit that either looks like JR, acts like JR, or liked JR? It could be any of those three.
In spirit, the only person I could think of would be my father.
Okay. And did he come from Texas?
He lived in Texas for a while.
He lived in Texas, yeah.
Yeah, actually, he passed in Texas.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense. And is there anything about J.R. Ewing and the Ewings and the Dallas Ranch that you could identify with your father? You know, widen it out to the entire Ewing clan. Let's say. Or is it Dallas? Is it the city of Dallas?
That's. I lived in a suburb of Dallas. Yes.
Ah, right. So it's Dallas.
Dallas. Yes.
Right. So it's the title of the program, right? It's Dallas.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. He's nodding it. You can see my head going like that. He's nodding my head.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay. So let's see why he's coming forward. I know you obviously you've told me you're not living in Dallas just now. Do you live near a freeway junction? Or do you drive on a very specific freeway junction every day? Sorry, so you live near it, right?
Yeah.
What is it that's happening now near, not on the freeway junction, but near to the freeway junction that affects you? Is it roadworks, or is it somebody that's living, or is it your work? But something near that freeway junction, not where you're staying. And I'm not saying you're driving past it, but something about that freeway junction recently that affects you in some way.
I'll be honest with you. I've been housebound due to COVID, so I've not been out and about to just tell you the truth. You know.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe I don't know what the rules and regulations are for being housebound. I don't know if you're doing it because you're self-isolating.
Basically, yeah.
Right. Maybe go for a walk or go for a drive if you can safely, and have a look. Like I say, it's not the junction itself.
Okay.
But it's something around the junction that affects you, or maybe not affect. Maybe affects you is the wrong word. But all of a sudden, I'm shaking all over my body. I'm shaking, and it's got It's when I'm talking about something or somebody. It's something or somebody close to the junction.
Okay.
And like I say, it's cold. I'm shaking as though there's no heating in the house. I mean, I know Texas had. Well, you're not in Texas. I know Texas had their mini ice age,
yes,
but
they had. Yeah.
know. I mean, I know that's not you, but that's what I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like there's like 2 inches of ice on my window, and the heating's off, and I'm just literally. It might be fear, actually. It may not be temperature. It may be fear.
Okay. Okay.
Or it may be health. But there's something. If it's not you, it's somebody close to you.
I have a family member that lives right off of a major roadway. Yeah.
Right. And how can you understand that person shaking in some way?
I could see that. Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
well, get in touch with that.
Get in touch.
Get in touch.
Okay.
Get in touch with that person. You really, I can't overemphasize this.
Okay.
You really need to speak to that person for some reason.
All right. All right.
Let's see what else. Okay, let's see what else.
It does make sense to me.
Right, let's see what else is. God, I've got to take this back. Okay. Can you understand a green book? Maybe a Bible, or if it's not a Bible, it's a heavy book like a Bible.
But it's green.
It's the color green. The cover of the book is green, or the meaning of the book has something to do with green. It could be religious. It could be like, green being Catholic. You might not understand that in America, but here in Scotland, blue is Protestant and green is Catholic.
Okay.
So it may literally be a green Catholic Bible, but it may just be a green book. I'm not saying it is a Bible, but it's a heavy book, like about, it's not a wee flimsy paperback.
One that's got some heft to it. I can't think of any green books right now.
Right. Like I say, it may be symbolic.
Okay.
It may be symbolic, and if it is symbolic, then it's Catholic.
Okay.
Are you a Catholic?
Episcopalian.
Would you?
Church of England, sort of? Yeah.
So it's not Catholic, but it's close to Catholic in terms of the.
The American version of the Church of England, yes.
Right, and the Church of England, although it's Protestant, is to a Scotsman, it's very Catholic. So
okay, gotcha. I get it.
Right, okay. So that makes sense, right? So it's your religion we're talking about then. It's not a book.
Okay.
Are you a member of a church?
No, I've been attending online and haven't been into a church in decades. But am now interested in that, as well as spiritualist churches. So I'm kind of
Yeah. Okay, got you. How would your religious church react to being told that you were also interested in spiritualism?
I would love to talk with the ministers here, where I live at the big cathedral downtown. To see what they would think about that, because no one's taking that away from me at this juncture.
Yeah, because that when you said that, when you told me what that was, I got a lot more. Be very, very careful, because you're going to end up in a lot of mind-twisting arguments if you go into the church and start talking about spiritualism.
I figure. Okay, all right. I appreciate that heads up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a person or if it's the church itself, because I don't know anything about your church apart from what you've told me. But I mean, other churches have very wide views to the spiritualism. For example, I'm a medium in the Dunfermline Church, which is a spiritualist church in Scotland that's 100 years old. And one of the members of our congregation is a minister in the Church of Scotland. So there you've got complete acceptance of our beliefs. But at the same time, when I said earlier, I was in Chicago at a psychic fair last year. I ended up in a tongue-twisting argument with somebody. I have no idea what her religion was, but she had her iPad out and she was quoting page after page of the Bible. And I was tying her up in knots because I know my Bible. I've got a religious background as well, and I know my Bible inside out. And I was wiping the floor with her, and the more I wiped the floor with her, the more angry she was getting, and the more she was going around trying to target young people that were at this psychic fair, and she'd gone up to somebody that was the son of a medium that I was working with, and the mother was doing a reading, and I had just finished the reading, and she was waving her hands at me like this, pointing at her son. So I sort of looked at, okay, walked over to her son, stood for a minute, listened, and the woman was, I mean, the guy's a 19-year-old, so not really that experienced in life, and she was tying him in knots, and she was taking him by the nose, and she was basically telling him he was going to hell for standing here with his mother, who was a medium. So I interjected and basically wiped the floor with her, and then when it became clear that she wasn't ready for an aggressive Scotsman that was a spiritualist, over here we take our spiritualism very seriously. So basically, at the end of it, she sort of went running. But that's what's been put in my head. So just be careful. I think you're going to
definitely be careful with that. The one thing about this church, or a few things, they're totally accepting of any sexuality. We have female bishops in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So from that aspect of it, it's very inclusive, which speaks to my heart. But no one's taking this new spiritualist.
It may not be the church. It may not be the church. It may be somebody in the church.
It's my daughter, probably, who's
a
born-again Christian.
Ah, right. That's probably it then. I'm maybe misinterpreting it. Maybe misinterpreting the church, but it's definitely religious. So just be careful. And that would make sense if it's your daughter, because obviously you don't want to lose. You don't want to fall out with your daughter.
You're right, but it's a conundrum. I'm telling you, it's tough. Yeah.
By the way, let me ask you a direct question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in a circle?
No, and that's something that I'm trying to learn. I'm not exactly sure what a circle is.
Okay, let me explain how spiritualism works in Scotland versus how spiritualism works in America, because we don't have anybody else waiting for a reading, so I can take my time here.
Thank you, Mark.
Right, I work primarily in New York State and obviously Scotland, although I was in China last year as well. Now, New York, just to give you a direct comparison, New York State has a population of 19.5 million. Scotland has a population of, 19.4. Scotland has a population of 5.5 million. Now, New York State has Lilydale and it has Hydesville. So that basically is where spiritualism in America started. That's basically where it all started. Let me ask you a question. How many spiritualist churches do you think are in New York State?
I have no idea. I feel like I've read about this. Are there 200?
12.
12? Okay.
Yes.
And that includes in the area where I am right now.
Yeah.
I've looked that up.
And that includes the 4 churches in Lilydale itself.
Okay.
How many?
Really?
Yeah. How many churches? Now, I'm not talking churches. I'm talking spiritualist churches.
Churches, yeah.
How many spiritualist churches do you think are in Scotland?
Oh,
with a population of 5.5 million. Take a guess.
Wow. Okay, yeah, we're way behind.
We have 400 approximately.
Wow. Okay.
So basically, there are more people who are spiritualists every 4 or 5 square miles than the population of Lilydale. Now, most of our churches will be open at least once a week. I know one church that's open not in lockdown, but pre-lockdown had 3 services a week.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So you can see that here spiritualism gets taken very seriously.
Very seriously.
And you have a different medium working on, we call it platform, you call it gateway, but we have a different medium working at every service.
Okay.
So, and when our mediums work, they work for approximately 45 to 50 minutes in the service. In an American service, they usually work for 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
So we have a lot more mediums, and because they're all doing it through the churches, we basically have a methodology that's across all the churches. I mean, there's variations, don't get me wrong, not every, they're all sort of rigidly following exactly this and exactly that. But basically it's spread across all 400 churches. And you learn to be a medium by sitting in a circle.
Okay.
Now, obviously, all the circles are closed down at the moment because they physically can't meet. So here's the sales pitch. I have 2 circles that I run online. Would you like to come to one of them?
Sure.
Okay. Now, I don't know where you are in the States, so I don't know what your time zone is.
East
Are you? Sorry?
East Coast.
East Coast, right, fine. So you're 5 hours behind us.
Right.
So the circle on a Wednesday is 10:30 UK time -5, so that'll be 5:30 your time. The circle on a Saturday is 8:30 my time, which is 3:30 your time.
Okay.
Now, are you a member of the group that I run, Spiritual Mediumship?
Is that a Facebook group?
A Facebook group, yes.
Yes, I believe that's how I found you today.
Right. So go look in the group. If before, like in the 3 or 4 days before every circle, I post the Zoom link for that circle.
Okay.
So I'll be putting up not tonight, tomorrow. I'll be putting up tomorrow the link for the Wednesday circle.
Gotcha.
And then on Thursday I'll be putting up the link for the Saturday circle. And I do that every week. So basically just go in that and then come along. There's no charge for the first time to see if you like it, see if you like the people. The Wednesday one is the busier one. The Saturday one is the quieter one. So you'll get more attention on the Saturday, but you'll have more people to work with on the Wednesday. So it depends what you're looking for.
Alrighty. Super.
Okay.
Super. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll leave you with that. Have a nice night.
Blessings.
Please.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
About 5 o'clock here, but thank you so much, dear. I
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
your energy. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, everybody. So that's been a technical night, a lot of training. Let's just, with a few of us that are still here, let's finish up with a closing prayer. So if you just bear with me for 2 seconds. Dear Father, Mother, Spirit, thank you very much for opening the door. Thank you for the spirits that I was able to connect with. Thank you for the people that came forward. Please take the energy that we have generated tonight and send it out into the world. Find some person, some situation, or someone to use that energy to do some good with. Thank you. Amen. So, thank you very much, everybody. I shall just play our closing video. Thank you for those of you that stayed till the very end. Have a nice night.